Ladies and gentlemen, I have a confession to make. I own way too many video games, and it's time for me to retire from buying more video games. I'm still gonna play them. Don't get it twisted. I'm still gonna play the games. Starting today, Operation Attack the Backlog is official. Let me tell you how I'm gonna do it. For all my gamers and people out there, having a gaming backlog is probably one of the most stressful yet unrealistic first world problems that we all have. We see sales on Steam, PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, and we're like, you know what? I've been wanting that game for a while. Buy. I've been wanting that game for a while. Buy. Ooh, pre-order and I can get the extra skin. I'm buying that game. Meanwhile, we have many games that just sit on ice. Several of my PS4 games I still have not opened up. This is a problem. This is a problem that I created. So this is a problem I'm gonna fix. Operation Attack the Backlog is just that. We all understand the word backlog in gaming is, ooh, taboo. Ooh, it's a weird feeling. Ooh, it's this almost shameful term of the things that we've owned and collected over the years. Meanwhile, to rebrand that or make it feel better, right? People are just like, this is my gaming library, my collection of games. Just to put a little, marketing rebrand vibe on it. But in short, for all of us, regardless of what they want to say, it's just a gaming to-do list. After making this public declaration on my Twitch channel months ago, I of course then procrastinated for 3 months to do this. I used the excuse of traveling, bills, responsibilities, wanting to take a nap at 3 o'clock, whatever you may want to say. The situation is every time I would get on the game and I would want to pick something, I would just sit there staring at my game library to ultimately just turn it off and watch something on Netflix. What a waste of time. What a waste of effort. I could have at least put an hour into it. I've decided to get very serious about this. One thing that I immediately did, of course, was go to YouTube. There are a million videos on backlog. How to attack it, how to make a guide. You're never gonna finish your backlog. Don't put this stress on yourself, blah, 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 blah. A ton of information. Some good, some bad, some I didn't even make it through the first minute. And honestly, if you're still here during the first minute of this video, salute you. I appreciate you for doing that. But all in all, the main line that strung through all these videos was one thing. Everyone has a collection of games that realistically they are not going to finish. At the end of the day, there's a lot of games I'm not gonna play. And as someone who grew up wanting to be an 100% completionist when it comes to game, if I start something, I'm gonna finish it. That is my gift and my curse. So if I'm playing a game like The Order 1886, I'm gonna start that game and I'm damn sure gonna finish it. Meaning it's not just the story, but it's the collectibles, it's the side missions, it's till I get that damn platinum trophy. If I do not platinum a game or I do not get that 100 of 100 or 1,000 of 1,000 gamer score on the Xbox achievement list, I feel like I have failed that game. And that game will consistently haunt me on a daily basis. So that is one of the things I have to get over. So you're probably wondering how Operation Attack the Backlog is going to go down. For the first rule of thumb, and shout out to Daryl Talks Games, he has obviously 2 incredible videos about the backlog that everyone has watched. He does an incredible job of talking about that full experience, which obviously then inspired what I'm looking to do, right? But the one lesson I learned from him is obviously the tracking. He came up with an incredible tracker using Google Sheets, which I'm going to do the same. However, I've modified it a bit for a few things. So my first rule is everything has to be tracked. Every game, every hour, when I start it, when I end it, how long I've played it, if the story is done, and if I even 100% of it. Also, because I always have this constant pressure, internally of course, that I want to stream every game, I am forcing myself to play some games offline. Looking at this chart, the biggest thing I want to start is my PlayStation library is probably my biggest and largest library of games I currently have at this time. My order is PlayStation games, Xbox games, Nintendo Switch games. That's just really all I have. And at this point, I just need to start cranking some of these away. So as you can see, this is not my entire game library. That's the one thing I wanted to make sure. All the other trackers I saw is everyone wrote their entire game library. My goal is I want to make sure I can at least attack one game per month minimum to at least feel like I've made progress on it. Main reason why, I travel a lot for work. I'm obviously a newer dad, and I want to make sure to spend time with my family and my daughter. I want to make sure I have time for me outside of this, whether that's making sure I'm still working out, whether making sure I'm still traveling, making sure I'm seeing my friends, seeing my family, hell, taking a walk. A lot of what gaming did for me early in my 20s and mid 20s was it would give me an escape to do that. The problem is my life has obviously then grown since then, so I haven't been able to dedicate a lot of time to this hobby. So this right now, as someone who is very type A and very organized, this allows me to sit here and do this. So looking at it is there's a lot of games I've ever wanted to play, I've downloaded, I own, of course, have just been on my mind. I will say before we get into this, I cheated a little bit. Technically, Operation Attack the Backlog started in October 2024. Even though this says 2025, someone once told me if you get the motivation to do something, just start doing it. Don't wait until the date to do it because you don't know if you're going to have the motivation to keep it doing. For me, I was like, no, if I'm going to do this in October, I'm going to do it. I want to start off easy. As you can see, there's 2 games currently highlighted right now, right? Little Nightmares 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy. But as you'll notice, there's been 4 games here that have dates started with them recently, right? So I actually started this whole thing with Little Nightmares 2. If you haven't, you can see the first link in the description below. Kind of see how that one's going at this moment. I'm probably still playing that in real time as of November 2024. Little Nightmares 2, right around Halloween, made the most sense. 9 hours, I can play a couple streams on this. But then I was like, what can I play by myself off stream? That's my biggest hiccup currently. I used to come home, log into the game and play it. So now what I did then was start A Plague Tale Innocence. I've always wanted to play the A Plague Tale series. So one major thing that's helped me out through this whole process was the purchase of this bad boy here, the PlayStation Portal. As someone who loves handheld gaming, but hates the fact that I can't get collectibles, trophies, things like that on the Nintendo Switch, this thing here was a godsend for your boy. Mainly because a couple things. One, I can't always be down here. Also, I travel a lot. I said that earlier in the video. I got my little one. I said that earlier in the video. So being able to game, whether it's in my house or be connected to a hotel Wi-Fi, is super helpful. Looking at this, the first game that I started on my off-stream timeline was A Plague Tale Innocence. I literally started that in a hotel room in Salt Lake City at like 9:30 at night in October. On my PlayStation Portal, because I also wanted to test out how the Wi-Fi went. And let me tell you, it worked incredible. Got a couple laggy here and there, but nothing that would really hinder the experience. And I played the hell out of that game. I started this on October 21st, 2024. Estimated at length is 16 hours. I beat the game in 18. A couple other notes is I got a category here for on stream, off stream, just in case you want to see me on Twitch, streaming this live. Next to that too, just one liner what I thought about the game. I think a big thing about gaming is we play these games and we don't talk about the experiences we had. To add another thing from Daryl Talks Games, which again I thought was an incredible deal, is a full-on breakdown of what you really thought, typing longer notes in, things that you should like, dislike. Because at that point, when you want to suggest this to friends and family, right, or people who are very much into gaming, you have this information to do so. Biggest thing I wanted to make sure is I have at least 15 games on the list. That's what I have right now. As you see, there's a lot of variety of games. You got JRPGs, you have brand new storytelling games, you have quick, lighthearted games, you have some more visual novel type games. There's a vast variety of these games that I currently own that I haven't played yet. This is going to be the first tool I use. If this is something you're interested in follow along with or checking out, I'll leave the link to this document in the description below. So my second guideline and rule for Operation Attack the Backlog is it only can be games that I already own, both digitally and hard copy, that I've downloaded from the PlayStation Plus store or Game Pass that I have a license to use, and I cannot buy or rent new games until I beat the first batch. I have to beat 15 games. To add to that, this will include me getting rid of all of my paid subscription services to not tempt me to play some of these other games. So for instance, I have Xbox Game Pass, I have the PlayStation Plus subscription, and I also, throwback alert for those of you who don't know this is still alive and kicking, is Gamefly. I still get 2 hard copy Gamefly games a month, but as of recent, I haven't had time to play them. So I probably have had the same 2 games the last 6 months. So a great example is I played Dead Island 2 on stream. I still have that game now. So this week, I'm canceling that subscription. So that's guideline number 2. The third and final guideline of Attack the Backlog. If I'm not having fun with it, it's okay to get rid of it. Meaning I have a personality where I'm going to try something, and even if I don't like it, I'm going to play it or I'm going to be a part of it the whole time. We live a life that's already way too short. Why would I put myself through this torture if I don't like playing a game? If you know me, you already know where I'm going with this. If this is new to you, this may be a little shocking or controversial, but I do not like Elden Ring. I think Souls-like games in general are just not my bag. If you're a Souls-like player, congratulations. You're better than me in your skill levels. I do not want to have to spend 4 hours learning a fighting mechanic just to get 2% further in the story. I don't want to have to grind my character and then lose everything because that's the game mechanic and we just love to keep ourselves in torture. That's not for me. What the f? Oh! Get the f out of here. Nope. Come on, bro. If it's something that doesn't fill up my cup, it's out of here. And we move on to the next one. That's rule number 3. Guideline number 4, and I talked about this a little bit earlier, but I want to stem a little bit on this, is I must stream and create content with one of these games each month. For me, it's just another way to showcase what I was thinking, what I was feeling, what I was doing at this time. And that's a big thing for me. And that is Operation Attack the Backlog. Like I said, we've already kicked off. I've cheated a little bit and got some games out of the way because I want to really attack this. I travel a ton. But if you're interested in following on a journey, I'm going to look to do a 6-month update and then an update after a year. If this is something you want to follow, consider subscribing to the channel. Consider following me on Twitch. And anytime you see the notification come up, I hope to see you there. But Operation Attack the Backlog is officially a go. And it's time to get back to loving gaming again. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Peace.